Hey guys, so yesterday we looked at how to find the area of different shapes, and today we're going to look at how to find the missing dimensions of those shapes if we already have the area. So I want you to copy all these examples down into your notebook and all the work to solve the problem. So our first example, we have a rectangle, and it says that the area is 54 centimeters squared. We have a base of 6 centimeters, and we are solving for the height. So I know that the formula for area of a rectangle is base times height. And I'm just going to plug in what I have. So the area is 54. The base is 6. And we are solving for the height. So I'm looking for 6 times what is going to give me 54. And I can divide by 6 to figure that out. And 54 divided by 6 is going to give us that 9 is equal to the height. So for this rectangle, the base would be 6 centimeters and the height would be 9 centimeters. So for our next example, we have a triangle and it says the area is 22. We are looking for the base and we have a height of 4. So I'm going to go ahead and write down the formula for a triangle. So area is equal to base times height divided by 2. And I'm going to plug in what I have. So the area is 22. We are looking for the base. The height is 4. And I'm dividing that by 2. There are two ways that you can solve this problem. So I can look at this fraction and say 4 divides by 2 times. So I could rewrite this as 22 is equal to 2b divided by, 2b. And then I would divide by 2. And 22 divided by 2 is going to give us that 11 is equal to the base. The other way you can solve this, and you can choose whichever way, if it's easily divisible, it might be easier to just solve it this way. If it's not easily divisible, it might be easier to get rid of the denominator first. So I could multiply by 2, and I would multiply this side by 2. These would cancel out. And 22 times 2 is going to give me 44 is equal to b times 4. I would divide by 4. And I would still get 11 is equal to the base. So I personally think that if you can do it this way, it's probably easier for you if the numbers are easily divisible. All right, pause the video, try this problem on your own, and then press play to see if you get the correct answer. All right, you should have gotten that 9 is equal to the height in this problem. If you didn't get it correct, look at my work and see if you can figure out what you did wrong. So for our next problem, we have a trapezoid. It says the area is 135. We are looking for base 1. We have a height of 10 and base 2 is 18. So our formula for area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height. And I'm going to start plugging in what we have. The area is 135. We are looking for base 1, and I'm going to replace that with x. Base 2 is 18, so plus 18, divided by 2, times the height, which is 10. There are multiple different ways that you can solve this equation, but I think the easiest way is to first simplify this fraction. So since I can see that there's a fraction on the right side of this equal sign, I have x plus 18 over 2. I'm also going to set this 10 up as a fraction, so that would be 10 over 1. And I know that I'm multiplying these together. So I'm going to take this 10 and I'm going to multiply it by the terms in the numerator. So 10 times x would give us 10x. 10 times 18 would give us 180. 2 times 1 is going to give us 2. And that's equal to 135. So these numbers, 10 and 180, are easily divisible by 2. So I would just go ahead and get rid of that denominator. So 10 divided by 2 is going to give us 5. So we have 5x. 180 divided by 2 is going to give us 90. So 5x plus 90 equals 135. All right, now I'm going to solve my two-step equation. So I'm going to subtract 90 on both sides. 135 minus 90 is going to give us 45 equals 5x. And when I divide by 5, I get that x is equal to 9. So base 1 would be equal to 9. Now if you wanted to check that, you could easily check that. So I could say 18 plus 9 is going to give me 27. 27 divided by 2 is going to give me 13.5. And 13.5 times 10 is going to give us 135. So again, add the two bases, divide it by 2, and then multiply it by the height. All right, we have another trapezoid here, and it says the area is 77. We have a base of 8, a base of 14, and we are solving for the height. So again, the formula is base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height. All right, the area is 77. Base 1 is 8 plus base 2 is 14 divided by 2 times the height. All right, 8 plus 14 is going to give us 22 divided by 2 times the height. 22 divided by 2 is going to give us 11 times the height. I'm going to divide by 11, which means that 7 is equal to the height. All right, if I wanted to check this, I would say base 1 plus base 2. So 8 plus 14 is 22. 22 divided by 2 is going to give me 11. 11 times the height, 7, is going to give us our area of 77 feet. All right, and lastly, a trapezoid has an area of 24 square units. The height is 3 units, and the length of one of the bases is 5 units. Find the length of the other base. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video, try this one on your own, and then press play to see if you get the correct answer. So for this problem, you should have gotten a length of 11 for the second base. And to check that, we would say 11 plus the other base 5. 11 plus 5 gives us 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And 8 times the height of 3 would give us 24.